and we have Aaron Curtis with us from New Zealand for a little mid-afternoon U.S. live stream morning live stream for early morning live stream for New Zealand. So I appreciate you setting up this time this early so that we could stream this and I could actually play. So thank you very much.
No worries, man. Glad to be here. Very
And
cool.
as you told us before we went live, Aaron just took fifth at the calling, so huge accomplishment out of 250 people. Look at
Yeah,
that.
really stoked.
And I
It
rolled a
was.
big five to start
Oh,
this bad boy.
it's promising. Let's go. Oh, I'm gonna roll it. Here we go. Let's do this. Oh, that's a 7.
You get to choose.
I'm just gonna set these up from memory because I can't remember if I put them in the right place or not. Um, that is, that is. There we go. Look at that. I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
Oh man.
And we're
And
set to go.
I don't need to sideboard because it's not against this matchup that I'm going to sideboard. So
And I'm leaving a full deck myself.
feel good. I love it. I'm going to multiply a couple of these bad boys because,
Absolutely. Otherwise, there's an infinite one right here too. So
oh, of course. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do. Oh, nice. Look at that. Okay, those should be those. I'll get one more just in case. Can I change their color? I can.
yeah, you can.
You can kind of do anything on here. It's pretty awesome. It's gonna be that one. Cool. I'm running the usual nonsense of
Yep.
Dory.
All right. Haven't played this matchup. I think I'm 0 for 3 lifetime into Dory. Let's see if I can turn it around once.
Okay.
All right.
Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do
Anything
this.
anything else we need to do? I don't know.
No,
Uh,
good
All
luck to
right.
you. You
Thank you.
probably
Good luck to you. Let's do it. Um, all right. I'll draw 4 and then we're out. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. I gotta remember how to play. It's too early in the morning. Okay, let's go. Um, all right, let's go. Sharpened Steel,
Yep.
followed by a Dawnblade for 6, pitching the blue.
um, yeah, of course these are the cards. Let's go. I will block. Yeah, I'm gonna block 9 with all my best cards in my deck.
And then I will arsenal that one.
Yeah, that did not want to see those 3 cards.
Checks out. It goes over there. I'm gonna click the end turn button.
All right. I'm gonna draw.
What are you? Oh, and then I draw up to 3. Oh, 3 more, don't I? Okay, let's do that.
All right. I'm going to make a rune chant.
Oh, love those.
I'll have one floating. Then I'm gonna go Soul Shackle
Mm-hmm.
into a Galaxy Black for one rune chant first.
1 Rune Chant and 1 Galaxy Arcane. Yeah, no blocks, mate.
All right.
So I'll take 3 all up.
Yep.
I'll go to 37.
And then with my go again, man, we just need to get some cards out of hand here. Let's just do a Bounding Demigon for one.
Okay, I will not block that either.
Okay. And then I will Arsenal pass back to you.
Okay, so I'm on 36. Now how do I play again? Every time I'm like, oh, okay, I remember I was trying to do something. Now, please tell me this was yeah, cool. Let's go with a. So you drew up to 4. Let's play a Warriors Valor for 6.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna come. Oh, I've got a pitch, don't I? So let's pitch a blue. And then we'll go Dawnblade for 6.
Yep.
And if it hits, it goes again.
Yeah. Let's go.
1 for
Yeah, no block.
blood. Excuse me. No block. Okay. That's what we love to hear. Okay. I'm gonna no reactions, I think, because I'm gonna go again.
Down to 34.
Okay, so I've got 1 floating. And so let's go. I'll play a hit and run.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna pitch this bad boy. Singing Steelblade for the braces.
Yep.
So I'll +1 again. And then I will Dawnblade for 6.
For 6 again. 1 floating, 1 in hand.
That's it.
Let's block 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
No worries. And then I'll throw that bad boy in there. And then that goes up that, get enough there. And then
I will
put all you in the graveyard.
shackle, do my soul shackle.
And
That will just sit
that's
there for a while.
And then I draw 4. Yeah.
Then I'm going to make a rune chant.
Mm-hmm.
Opt 2. I'm going to put them both on the bottom.
Cool.
With my 1 floating, we'll make a shackle.
Shackle. Nice.
And then I will. Oh, I got rid of my weapon, didn't I?
Oh, unlucky, mate. Hey, where's it gone?
Where did I put it? I bet you it's somewhere in my deck. I've had that. Oh, it's over here.
Oh, there
All
you
right.
go. Cool. That's relief.
Swing for 1 rune chant, and then
All right.
1.
I'm gonna take the rune chant and I'm
Okay.
gonna block with those.
Okay. That sounds good. And then I will do nothing with go again.
Alright, so I'll go to 35. And I'll put a cheeky little counter on you.
I did it again. I hate
What
that
did
it
you do?
keeps sucking my weapon under the bottom of my deck.
That's so weird.
It happens occasionally. It's kind of a new thing that's been happening. It's weird.
The good fun. Okay. I am going to. I'm gonna. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna do some maths. That one, that one, that one, that one. That should be fine. Cool. Let's go with a Steel Blade Supremacy. Pitching a blue. So that one, and then I'm going to sharpen steel, and then I will Dawnblade for 8.
Oh, this is gonna be a
One
brutal game.
flaming.
I just don't have what it takes here. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. Draw a card.
Okay, I will draw a card. So I get to draw. So first, Steel Blade Supremacy trigger, and then I'm gonna look at the boots trigger straight after.
Yep.
So let's do that. All right, that's pretty saucy. So let's go use one floating for the braces,
Yep.
and then I will Dawnblade
For 3.
for 6. So I'm going to pitch another blue. So 2
Yep.
floating. So yeah, it'll be 2 from that
Oh.
one and then 1 from the bases. So I can
Yep.
put the braces up here. Actually, that's
Yep.
what you're
Nope. That's
supposed
fine.
to
I
do.
got you. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it.
All right. In response, I'm just going to add this to it.
So I'll take 10.
It'll go to 9.
9.
Yeah. Oh, did I hit twice for my weapon last time? Oh no, I didn't. You
No.
blocked it.
No,
That's
not the
right.
last
Yeah.
one.
So I'll add
This
to
time you
it.
do.
Yeah. And then I will draw a card. And I will arsenal this one. Oh my goodness. 17. I hit you
Yeah.
that much.
What's that?
I've hit you that much. There we go.
Yeah. I mean, the one time your last turn, I had 2 no blocks in my hand, which
Oh yeah, so you gotta
sucked.
just you gotta
And
wear those ones.
yeah, and it's like you
Sorry,
took a really. I probably should have
sorry.
taken your first turn and swung back hard and not blocked out with what I did. But
Yes,
I live
sorry.
and I learn.
I need to trigger those boots.
Oh, yep.
Last turn. So obviously mention the trigger, but then I forgot to say I was using them. So well, I was going to use them, so that's fine. And then we will. So those are gone as well, so that's all good. And I will end turn. Get
Sounds
a
good.
counter. Change the color of this because it's cooler. That's all weird. That one there. And then we end turn. And then I will draw up 3 more. And it's your turn.
Yep. We'll go 1, 2.
Okay.
I'll go.
I'm still terrified. Chain is just a monster. What
Yeah, if I can get built up. So we'll go Shadow. Banishing a Riftbind to give it go again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's just coming in for 2?
Yep, for 2, and it has go again because I banished the Riftbind.
Okay. Well, that's not gonna. I think I'm just gonna take this here. So go to 33. Yep, no blocks.
No blocks.
No reactions. You're not gonna.
We'll go no reactions. with go again, I'll play a seeds.
Yes.
And we'll go soul into a riftbind for 4, pitching an invert existence.
Nice. 4 and 1.
Correct.
Okay. I will. I think we're gonna no blocks here. I've got that. I'm just gonna check. Remember what this card is. Yep. Excuse me. I also didn't bring any Nulrune, just realized. So, nice. You like that?
Well, I don't know if I have enough to get through
Yeah.
your fast start.
I'm going to. So it's 4 and 1,
Yep.
and then you're going to come in for another. What's this one? The yellow one. So you might come in for another 3.
3.
Okay. I will. Yeah, I'm going to no blocks.
Okay.
So take 5.
Yep.
Go to 28.
Then we will make a rune chant,
Nice.
and then we'll go riftbind for 3, 1 rune chant first.
So you had 2 floating. Oh, you made the rune chant. I forget that
Yeah, I
costs.
made the rune chant from the last
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. No worries. I was like, man, you don't even need, I was like, you don't even need to pitch. You could just smash me. Like, you could just hit me. But no, I'm with you. All right. Okay. Cool. So that's for 3 and 1.
Yep.
All right. Looks like I have to take that as well.
Yeah, you're so far ahead. You can take all this. That's what sucks.
Yeah.
Let's go with an early Snapdragon reaction,
Me. Okay.
and we'll swing for 3 and 1 again.
All right. Well, this can actually block 4. So let's block 3 here.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Block 3 and block 3 to block 4. Never,
Yep.
never bad.
Makes sense.
Never bad. My turn. Time to go again. Let's go. You've drawn up. You're all good.
Yep.
Go Warriors Valor. Pitching blue. Which I think I'm going to pitch you. And then I will come in for 7 with go again.
7 with go again.
One
I'm gonna
floating.
block 2, 3,
Excuse me.
4. Reaction to you.
I'm still hitting, so I'm not going to react.
I'll react with a Shadow Realm
Yeah.
to block 10.
Love that. So you've gone to 10. Okay, I will. So I'm at 7, you're at 10.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to. The classic route that everyone hates. The memes on the route are always good. I'm going to pitch a bit more to be able to play it. So let's do that.
Okay.
So I'll go to 10 and you can have your Seeds of Agony back.
It's awfully kind of you. So I'm just at 8. So I'll take 2.
Cool, and I'll have 2 floating.
I suppose you have another reaction, possibly.
No, at this stage. Then I will. do here? I think I just got to keep going. So no, actually, I will just braces. Oh, so you took two, didn't you? Yeah, cool, sweet, sweet.
Yep.
Scott go again for the Valor. Pitch for the, well, use one of them for the braces, and then another one for the Dawnblade for 5.
Yeah, not much you can do about that one.
Alright, you go back here. You tape the last 5. I put all of that in there, and I'm gonna put this in here. This goes to 2 counters. I end my turn, which puts all that over there. And I'll draw 4. Howl from Beyond. Nice.
So we'll go
Excuse me.
Soul Shackle.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go pitch here and here to play a Howl from Beyond. With my action point, we'll destroy this, give myself 2. And then play a...
So to crack the Etherweave.
Oh, I can't yet. Yeah, you're right. I can't do that yet.
Non-attack and attack.
I
But
can
you
do it after, because
you
I'll...
can do it
Yeah,
after
I'll
being
go
getting
again.
on, so
Yep.
that's all good. So that's no
Yeah,
stress.
so it'll be a bounding for 6.
Bounding for 6. Oof. Okay, alright, here we go. Next attack hits +2. Go again. Bounding for 4. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And you've got...
None floating right now,
and
but
you're just
I
gonna
can
sword
crack
me,
that.
aren't you? Okay, for 6.
And these should have markers on them.
For 6.
Yep.
Let's go. I'm going to go to 18, and then you're going to sword me, and I'm going to go to 12. My goodness, how can Chain's a monster? You're at 10. Let's go no blocks.
Okay. And then I will do what I prematurely did before.
No problem. So I'll go to 18.
2 floating. And swing for 3+1. Or 3 plus nothing.
I'm going to block, because I'm terrified of Arcane now. I'm going to block 3 here. So to draw,
All
destroy
right.
the courage. And then
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting the opening. I should have just taken that opening. I had a really good hand to actually push damage. I'm kind of kicking myself right now.
Initial turn.
Yeah, having that, the Enlightened Strike, Shadow, and another card. I should have just taken all the damage and hit a... Because I could put 12 damage out that turn. I tried to play unlike me, which is conservative, and I think that might come back to haunt me bad.
I see. Hey, you never know. You might be still be fine. Let's go with a... Okay, let's go with a... And the Naked Dawnblade. Let's go Naked Dawnblade for 5. Coming in for 5.
Yeah, we'll have you. I'm not going to block. I'm sure you got something in there spicy.
Not too spicy. Okay, so no blocks?
No blocks.
Alright, well, I'm going to Play
I
a
knew you had the
glint.
glint.
Yeah, man. It's all meat with warrior. There's no, no bad cards in this deck.
Taking 5.
Then I'm going to. I've got 2 floating, so I'm going to hit and run.
Yep.
I'm going to hit
Yeah.
and run. I'm going to braces with one of them, and then go to.
I only have 2 cards I can block.
What? No way!
Uh,
Time snap. Oh. Hold on.
yeah,
Do I get
I
you?
I regret the first turn really bad. I should have just taken whatever you had that first turn because I could have clapped back with a ton. That was a huge mistake. But
Well, because
Durin,
you can still block.
what are you at right now? You're at
So I'm
2,
at 5, 6, 7,
3.
8.
So I could block
You could what? So you
5.
could. So hold on. You could play Out of War, pitch the time snap because that's not going to do you anything at the moment. Banish Unhallowed Rites, and we're going to play that later. Draw 2 cards, and we could go +1/+1, so you can block a bit more.
Yeah, but then that's what I
Oh
got. Then I
shit!
ended up drawing a shadow
Well,
instead.
you've still got 2 floating, so you can actually.
Right. Could
So you
block
could
out
have
6.
done it.
Yeah, it'd be close. But then I have
Mm.
nothing to come back at you with. So then I probably would just die to blood debt unless I would pull
Wow.
a Torment.
I was going to Iron Zone response here, so I would have
Oh,
gone.
you had that
I
too. Yeah.
would have gone to 11. Might
That's
not
what I
have
kind of
been
figured because
too
even
bad.
if, I mean, then I'm looking at, yeah, just nothing that I can work with even on the
Yeah,
next banish.
totally.
Yeah, no, I think I should have just done what you're
Raced
supposed to do against
earlier.
Dorinthia and race and take that initial damage and clap back as hard as I can. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean I just have to get that early damage and stay alive long enough for your blood debt, and that's really hard against her.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, against Chain, I'm like, I need to draw gas early. If I don't draw gas early, this game is over. You just start ramping up damage at these turns. So I'm
Right.
like, I need the Valors, I need the Supremacies, I need the, I need the hit, I need the punch in the face.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
the sharp,
absolutely.
like 2 early sharpens as well is massive. Like the sharpen into
Getting out on the
Supremacy.
first turn, I'm like,
Just
come on, a 6. That's what if it was just a 3, I'm not blocking. Obviously, I'm just taking it and then my next turn. And I don't know why I did that, but I think I should have just gone shadow, banish the rift bind, get 2, then do an enlightened strike uh for 7 and just do a 9 damage output and just leave the rift bind in my and take the 1 blood debt is how I think I should have done that turn. I think that would have
yeah,
been better
potentially.
of me.
Chain's an interesting beast. There. I think he's an awesome hero, and and he will mow certain decks definitely.
Yeah, like I
He
said,
will.
I've played
So
Dorinthia 3 times. I struggle into sequencing it to get it going because of the low blocks that he has.
yeah, the 2 blocks and the things like that. Like it kind of like if you're like, all right, if I'm gonna block, I need to take my whole hand.
Yep,
And
yep.
it's like, oh man, it's heavy.
It is. It is. No, that was fun. That was a good game. That's nice to see a well-tuned Dorinthia. You didn't add anything from Monarch to that, I would assume, or did you put
I
anything
did
in there?
one. I put 1 card in. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, yeah. I put a 1 nourishing emptiness.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so that just kind of, and I've got enough go again where it should be fine. Like it doesn't get stuck. It hasn't got stuck yet. So
Okay. Yep.
hopefully it does. Hopefully that theme continues.
I just threw 2 of those into my Kano Blitz deck, and it actually
Yeah,
seems to work really well with it.
yeah, wicked. Yeah, I think Kano's a really interesting one. I, d- I don't know how um I don't know how he's supposed to work because like a lot of your gas comes from the top of the deck, but if you add the cards I think that you just need, like Nourishing Emptiness and like there's a couple other things where I think you kind of need those cards to stay in the ball game. they don't go off the top. So it's a really, really, I don't know. Kano's a really hard one, I think. A lot harder for someone smarter than me to do.
It is. I played him. We had a local skirmish, and I went 3-2 with him. So I played 2 Iras, a Dorinthia, a Prism, and I beat an Ira. I don't even remember what else I beat. I lost to 1 Ira, 1 Dorinthia. I beat the Prism just because I gassed out and pulled off the stir forked against it.
Awesome.
But having the nourishing would have been huge in a couple of those games.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a really good card. And like I think the only struggle is it's strictly better than a few other cards. Um, you know, like CNCs in IRA are pretty standard, but the next option was kind of brutal assaults, whereas now, because Nourishing MDS has one thing that it can do, even though it will only happen, 99% of the time, it's better to put two Nourishing Emptinesses, and then instead of, I mean, I guess it's like a cheaper option would be brutal assault, but
Right. I just
yeah,
in Kano, it's so amazing because if you pitch to Kano first and you can do even 3-4 arcane, then usually they'll drop to block that. And then you
yeah,
nourishing emptiness right over the top. You get a 6 dominate, and you're gonna have a 5 card hand going at him the next turn, which just
yeah,
feels insane.
yeah, exactly. And it's just kind of, hoping you don't get, it's like the eye, I guess, not trying to burn it off the top.
Right. And
Because
until
then it's
people see it more, they're not even gonna, because if you arsenal that defense reaction, it could just sit there the whole game,
exactly.
which
Yeah.
is kind of nice as well. So, yeah.
Mm.
Also, I was going to ask if you ever want to come on to our YouTube channel, Casthaven, and go over some of your draft stuff. That would be awesome. If you have time and we can set up a time, that'd be great.
Yeah, man, happy to do that. Yeah, it's a yeah, I guess well, I've only with the draft and sealed stuff is really interesting. Like I've played seven before the calling. I'd played 7 sealed events, and I've played 3 drafts ever. So it is
Okay.
really like so how you draft and sealed. Like I just went, look, this is what I know, and this is what, as in this is enough of what I know. This is how I think it would work, and then just played. Like I didn't hang up too much on you know um how to draft or things like that. Only because I've only done it 6 or 7 times, and then a minimal amount of drafts. So, I mean, I'm happy to, but I don't know if the ins and outs of how to do it might not be best coming from me is all. I think a lot of what I want to teach, and a lot of how I want to operate with my um like a couple of lessons going forward is very much how like the mentality of that top game, and reading a
Yep.
game of where you are. Like for example, this game, I was quite far ahead with that life total, but if I just allow you to keep hitting me and do X, Y, Z, like I was throwing armor just to make sure I was that far ahead, and again, like
Yep.
forgetting arcane, I was like, I can't afford to get down to those numbers, because
Right.
if I have an off turn, it would just it'll explode. You know what I mean? Like you'll just go
Right. Right.
thank you, and
Yep.
you're about to die. So yeah, those kind of things of like you might be ahead in a game, but like not letting your opponent back in, those kind of things, like that kind of mentality. That's kind of what I want to like teach, I guess.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
but yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, if you wanted me to
And
come on and
that's
talk about that, I'm happy to. But
absolutely. And the interesting thing about this game is like with this deck, I've only narrowed down 35 must cards that I absolutely love in this deck, which I think is a really low number. And getting up to a 60 good, like with you, I still ran 72. Just because I haven't run the I've run the Dorinthia matchup with Bravo and other things I feel very comfortable with. I don't feel comfortable with it with Chain quite yet, but I need to get down to 60 and pull a lot of my non-blood debt and just go super fast and
mm.
not even, you know what I mean? So if you're hitting me for 6, hopefully I can hit you for 6 to 9 back, you know what I mean? And just start
For
trading
sure.
damage and race it.
Yeah, and that's it. I think this. I mean, I think because I didn't get counters till a little late, so you dropped the hand on a couple of, a couple of ones, so they, potentially could have been quicker. Like once those counters rack up, it's over, I
Right.
reckon. But the other one is the husk. I don't know if you're running the husk.
I haven't run the husk yet. I almost put it in this matchup for
Mhm.
which would have been good on like your last turn to husk right there,
Huge.
right before or the second to last turn, right before when I did my big block to avoid that other counter.
Mm.
Um, and then that way hopefully stay alive to get to a 4 or 5 blood debt turn where the deck should ramp up far enough to do a large amount of damage. So yes, I have thought
So
about that. I just haven't consistently put it in.
yeah, for sure. I just found that like for example, on those last turns where you're not going to block anyway. I'm supposed that the husk would have been gone earlier than that, but it's a it's a big help against the reprise stuff.
Yep.
Um, like yeah, I'm glad I didn't pull this hand early. Like it was a glint into an Iron Song response, and I'm like, ugh, like that's
Right.
that's
Not
never nice
ideal.
to see when you're like, okay, I need to push damage,
Right.
and you're
Especially when you
you're not
take
blocking.
early. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
whereas
Yeah.
because you're on 10, it's a different story. I'm like, actually, this will be fine because I'll do more than 10 damage.
Yep.
Um, but I had, yeah, it was always in like, it's not there are definitely off turns in here against chain because I know you're like, no blocks, and I'm like, great, then I can't do anything. And you might take, 6, 7 damage, but it's like, well, I'm going to do, 14 or 15 at
Right.
least back. But the husk I think is massive in the matchup. Just because
Yeah, I
again,
agree
with
with
the
you.
spell click and the grasp, if I came in for, that supremacy turn, I could only go to 11
Have
with
you personally
a
played
route.
around with any of the newer decks or liked
Yeah.
any of these newer decks?
I played Chain in in a tournament in Dunedin in a constructed tournament, and I whiffed on 6 Soul Shackles twice. So I kind of put myself in a winning position if I, flipped over some blood there, and I just didn't get any. And so a
Right.
couple of times I've done that, and so I'm like, okay, so I need to um, chain definitely. I mean, my chain definitely needed a little bit of a revamp.
Right.
But also the play style I don't really love. Like it
Okay.
is, I'm gonna punch you in the face, and that's what's gonna happen, and that is the end of our discussion. Like, you know. So yeah, like and for me, I'm like I mean, it's awesome to watch, and you watch someone kind of can pull off these 25, 30 damage turns. You're like, oh my goodness, that is wicked. Like
Right.
four seeds into a rift bind is like what into 3 rift binds off, snappies and
I just find
um
that's really hard to do
backwards.
against Dorinthia. She's one of the decks that does not allow you to do that
Oh,
because
it
she
doesn't.
hits you
Yeah,
so hard so fast that it's like you can never get to that point.
exactly. Yeah, and I totally agree, and that's why I think in the early Monarch, um,
The
meta,
meta. Yep.
yeah, I think Dory is plenty strong.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah, so I think once a few people figure out a few other things, I think she'll there'll be a couple of nice matchups against her. But honestly, like Chain, while Chain is unsolved and not um not 100% yet, I think it's definitely a race. And at
Yep.
the moment, I seem to be able to win them, so that's okay. But
Yeah. I think in the future I'm gonna knock this down to 60 and practice a couple just straight races to see what I come up with
yeah, for
by
sure.
pulling a huge amount of non-blood debts and only keeping the key non-blood debts in just to go as fast as I can go.
That's it. I think with Chain, you just have to dive into blood there. I think it's just got to happen. Like,
Yep.
otherwise you'll like yeah, you might burn out, but that's the whole point, right?
Yep.
The more power you've got, then you're away to go. But
I'll die on my own terms.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. You don't tell me how to die.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
I will kill myself when I am
yeah,
ready.
yeah, yeah. just dick out, and you're like, go on then, do your worst. But
Exactly.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, it's just this really, really interesting dynamic where chain is unsolved at the moment. Well, as I think so. I think it could
I
get
think
better
so
and better,
too.
and decks will get better and better. That's how they work.
I mean, the
Um,
the one deck that they ran, the constructed one, is completely different than how I run mine. I mean, it's not even remotely close to the same deck that they ran that last weekend during the calling. I mean, that deck was.
really,
I mean, I don't run half of that stuff just because from practicing a lot of stuff I bricked on too much. So I
yeah,
just got rid
that's
of a
right.
lot of it. Because, like you said, when you brick 2 turns in a row with five,
Like,
six soul shackles, you're like, okay, well, this isn't going to work. It's cute and it might work and it feels good when it does. But when you're at 5 or 6, you got to hit at least 50% of those, I think. Otherwise, you're just not going to win.
exactly. Like I was playing a Dory in Dunedin. Took, I took a load of damage to go down to 4, and he was on 10. I had Ursa up. I had everything rearing to go, and flipped over like one,
Oh,
like one blood debt that was, I think it was a mutated mass, and like nothing else. And I had a hand of like a Maruvian Skies. Like I had a monster hand, and it was like if I'd flipped anything, I think we are okay.
right.
And just flipped all my tomes and all my um like a couple of Moving Skies and a couple of gateways, and I was like, man, I just
And it's over.
like and I was like, okay, I've got to try and do 10 damage to a Dory who has a whole hand, and he was like, no blocks, I'll just smash you anyway.
Yeah,
So
mutated mass. I keep going back and forth on if I like it or hate it.
yeah, it is an interesting one. I like because I ran just something that I thought would be because we only had I think a week. I think we had a week to kind of prepare a deck. I did look at the Tome of the Arc Knight combo with Dimensional Gateways, and that's just awesome. So if you can kind of set that up, but again, it's a little slower, so that's half the problem, right? Like against the Dory, it's like those cards are just not going to work for you
Right.
because it's just if
Yeah.
you're trying to like play Soul Shackles and then get a Tome into Arsenal and then wait for Dimensional Gateway to be like opt 3. All right, there's an attack and a non-attack in here,
Right. Yeah,
and
I
then
can't. Yeah,
mm,
I can't do that system of trying to reveal that. I just gave up on that. I'm like, I'm just going pure gas with it. It's just going to be
exactly.
an aggro build and try to get your balances just right of blood debt to non-blood debt, and hopefully outrace most of them. Because a lot of matchups it feels good into,
Yeah.
even like a Bravo. I think this more aggro version, Bravo block out. You're keeping those big tacks from Bravo, and if you get to 5 6 Soul Shackles and you're pitching all your seeds and you set up for that Rift Bind, and I also learned that's why I put the seeds in my arsenal earlier because I've got burnt by not having them to get Rift Binds and that kind of stuff out.
Yeah, rift binds are like if you can stack about 4 or 5 seeds on 2 or 3 rift
Yep,
binds, you're like, cool. Here's 20 damage at least,
yep.
and
So
monster
it's
turns.
the learning process, but it's getting better every time. I need to work on this particular matchup more.
Yeah, Dory's an interesting beast.
when you can't
She'll
when you can't block when you want, and usually you don't, it's really tough.
oh, totally. I 100% agree. Like, and then when because I'm like, please block, like
Yep.
not because I want you to not take damage, because I'm not just like if you block, I will just kill you faster. Like I will
Right.
ramp over the top and do whatever I want. Whereas if you don't block, I'm like, okay, now I have to look at what I'm gonna get and hope that there's some go again or there's some normal ramps because like Ironsong responses like against the like early chain, I just throw these out. I'm like, cool. The hill come in and be like, all right, I'll come in for 5, maybe with go again or something like that. On the second attack. Well, sorry, on the second attack, and I've got 2 cards in hand. I'm like, well, this is useless to me you know,
Okay, so you just to get it out of
I'll
your
just play it.
hand.
Yeah, I was like,
Yep.
cool, don't want it. Arsenal it. Even singing Steel Blades because you're not going to see them again either, so there's no point pitching them. Like
Right. Right.
against the chain specifically, because his deck's going to go way before yours. So it's just a race. So I'm like, cool, just siphon them out, get out of here. Like even these pots. Unless it's probably first turn, they're all just pitch. Doesn't matter.
Yep. Yeah, that's the same thing with
Um,
time snap. If I can get an early time snap, I'll play it, but usually I can't play it if I don't get it early. So
yeah,
I'm pitching
exactly.
them. But if I can get it early, it can set up really, really big turns.
Oh yeah, it's ruthless. Time snaps are
So
amazing in chain, I think. Anyway, I've got to go to work, so
absolutely, I
I'll
appreciate the game. Thank you for making
thank you,
time.
man.
Thanks for
Thanks for
coming on the
that.
stream.
I appreciate it. Thanks for that. Anything else we need to do? I mean, I can just pop on the.
Yeah, do you want? I can put the results in. You can put the results in. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, easy. If you just put it up and I'll just click it along.
Yeah, if you're going to work, I'll put them up for you.
Awesome, man. Sorry, your name was again
I'm Jason.
Jason. Cool. Honestly, because
Yep.
I've got Yote in my head
Yeah.
for the whole
Yeah.
time now.
Yep.
That's it. Awesome, Jason.
All right,
Nice to
Aaron.
meet you, man, and
Yeah,
appreciate
I
your time.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Cool, man. See ya.